image is what people think we are. Integrity is what we really are. So law of the pitcher, when I was in my business 5 days a week, this was something I was really strong at. I still feel like I do the job of multiple people, so I was still able to prospect for new business, lead the team, do marketing, do all these different roles, and really lead by example. So people do what people see. You've got a bunch of people. It's kind of like, there's another analogy about kids, but your kids are gonna. It doesn't matter what you tell them. They're gonna see what you're doing, and that's going to sort of be their lesson from you. Leader's vision helps them see beyond the immediate. They can envision what's coming. Anybody, if you haven't seen the Simon Sinek, who has seen the Simon Sinek? It's like a 20-minute video, Start With Why. It's a TED Talk. It's really, that's a write down. It's too long to show here, but write that down and look at it. It's, so leaders possess an understanding how, mission provides purpose. So that's answering the question why. Simon Sinek, S-I-N-E-K. His book Start With Why is a worthy read, and there's a TED Talk on it. Vision provides a picture, answering the question what, and strategy provides a plan, and answering the question how. So it's starting with why. And that's something that I feel like the lead with example part I got down pretty well, but as far as just starting with why, for me, I was just really constantly sort of in the trenches. So as leaders, remember these things. Followers are always watching you. Here's the analogy. Children watch their parents and emulate their behavior. I think a lot of the room has children, and when your children are hanging out with like those kids that are like, man, they are so jacked up, and their parents and their parents are so jacked up, and it's sort of like that. You don't want to have jacked up children. Team leader comes in late, or the team leader, if you're telling your team, I'll unpack it pretty well tomorrow morning with, like it or not, Elrod has a thought on how his team should be led, and we'll unpack that tomorrow. But if you're not doing new business development, you're still in production, and you're telling your team to get in at 8 o'clock and do new business development, they're going to be like, I don't know. There's a period of time where you got to be in the trenches with them doing those things. Like coming in late, and then you want your staff to be in earlier or whatnot. I struggle with that because I'm the guy that doesn't go to the office, so I've got to compensate for it and make sure that we got leadership in place, and that's just sort of the world that I'm living in. So nothing is more convincing than living out what you say you believe. So it's easier to teach what's right than to do what's right. This is another parenting thing. You tell your kids don't do as I do as I say, which is just not. You can't do that. So you've got to give good advice instead of good example. We should work on changing ourselves before trying to improve others. The cool thing about leadership is that you just get to show up as who you are. And I told my team, we had a quarterly state of company. Some weird things were going on in the team, and we did that engagement multiplier survey, and some weird stuff came back. And I just told them, I'm just like, how many times do you think I've built a real estate team? I'm like, this is my first time getting to this point in my real estate team. So just give me a little bit of grace, so it's not, and that's with everybody. Just if you made a bad decision, your team isn't doing what they're supposed to do, just be open with your team. I think that goes way farther than, I think everyone's past the just tyrannical sort of dictator style of leadership, but leadership is not that complicated if you just kind of show up. And you can't just show up and lay down and let them do whatever they want, but just show up and be firm. And so I think it could be overcomplicated as well. So the most valuable gift as a leader can give is being a good example. We cover that, catching leadership by watching good leaders in action.